Greetings, Derby fans. My name is Piggy Fatness, and I'm coming at you from RollerCon 2014. You're about to witness an historic event, the inaugural East versus West Roller Derby All-Star Game. Tonight, you're going to see 28 skaters that were voted on by you, the fans, to compete in tonight's game. I'll be joined on the mic by HP Shovecraft and Aeroswift, so stay tuned, stay with us, and you're going to see some awesome Derby action. I think their energy is going to come out as this game gets underway. This being a who's who of roller derby from all over, and we're ready for jam number one.
Looks like number 50, Scald Eagle for All-Star West, wearing the star. Making their way into turn two.
Bonnie Thunder's wearing the star first for Team East, and it's Scald Eagle that breaks out.
We've got all our skaters in the pack, both jammers moving at a high rate of speed. As we go through turn one, Scald Eagle picking up points and calls off the jam. 2 points.
Those were some nice 2 points, and those were brought to you by Iron Doll Clothing. Custom uniforms and athletic apparel for on and off the track. You don't always have to be playing derby to wear derby.
All lined up on that Crazy Skates jam line.
Tough battling going on inside the pack as they approach turn one. Snot Rocket Science spin move to the outside, trying to break free. One jammer to beat. And she's through. Lead jammer, Snot Rocket Science.
And it looks like Sandrine Rainjean on her way to the box. She'll spend 30 seconds there, which means East Coast is on a power jam.
Low block being called. Snot Rocket Science battling against the two-wall. She gets forced to the infield by Fifi Nomenon and now faces Akers and Atomatrix.
Two-wall for the West team at the front. It's a tough go there for Snot Rocket Science. She goes down to one knee in turn one.
Out of play is the call. Fifi Nomenon will let her go. And Snot Rocket Science is through for 5 points.
30 seconds came and went, and back on the track is Sandrine Rainjean as we go back to two jammers.
All right. For now, we have Team West with 3 points and East with 8 points right now with the lead.
Staying out of the notorious RED penalty box so far. Both teams skating clean. And double O is Erkin Jerkin. She is your lead jammer for the All-Stars West.
I Am Pain continues to battle. She is now in scoring position. Nice block, though, thrown by Team East.
Erkin Jerkin picking up a low block. She goes to the box for 30 seconds, which means the East Coast All-Stars are on the power jam.
Through for a 5-point pass for Team East is I Am Pain.
All four West Coast blockers walled up at the front. Anchoring that line is Mercy. Pushing through in turn one. And she is by for 5. I Am Pain adding to the East Coast total.
Nice inside line move. Allows Erkin Jerkin to get through.
All the jammers back on the track, none of the blockers in the box. 5-on-5 derby going down the straightaway between 1 and 2nd turn. Herkin Jerkin putting 4 points on the board for West Coast.
Ian Payne continuing his battle in the backside of the pack. Nice bridge by Team West.
All right, we know that RollerCon is pretty fast-paced, so if you're tired of putting all your stuff in a bag, just tie your skates in a noose from Brew Skate Noose. Get the original over-the-shoulder roller skate holder.
Back on the jam line for Team East is Bonnie Thunders.
13 points between the two teams as we get down to 24-44 in this first half of play. Both teams pushing down the straightaway, but getting out first is Bonnie Thunders for lead jam, East Coast.
Marla Vendetta gets through on the outside for Team West.
Bonnie Thunders looking to add points here. She has to get around 1 in the straightaway.
Quick call off by Bonnie Thunders. Both jammers scoring points on that pass.
That was a pretty nice timed call right there. In fact, just so you know, next year is RollerCon's 10-year anniversary, and you're all invited. So I better see all of you and all of your friends here next year at RollerCon.
Totally be there.
Always great to be a part of history, and right now that's what we're seeing as Team East versus Team West are on the track. It's not rocket science, jamming for Team East.
Atomatrix wearing the star for West Coast.
It's not rocket science, runs into a wall of black jerseys, calls off the jam, and we will reset.
Something I love about Derby is that it changes so much. It changes so much. The rule sets keep changing. You have to get yourself informed. So go up to one of our sponsors, WFTDA, real, strong, athletic, and revolutionary. Read up on the new rules.
WFTDA with their championship playoff series coming up in the next few weeks. Division II first. Getting out the front, that's number 50, Scald Eagle, lead jammer for the All-Stars West.
She's going up against number 6, Wild Cherry. Scald Eagle with a blast of speed, gets to the pack and quickly calls it off.
Right now the score is Team West, we got 19, and East is 33, with 22 minutes on this first half.
Back to the line for the East Coast All-Stars, it's Bonnie Thunder wearing the star.
She's jamming against Jackie Daniels, but right now Bonnie Thunder's lead jammer for Team East. Team West with 2 blockers in the box currently.
Bonnie Thunders with 2 to beat at the front. That 2 while holding in turn 3. She tries to draw it out and make a move to the inside.
Forced to the infield. Bonnie Thunders will recycle. That was Amanda Jamadinya with a great block to the infield.
Bonnie Thunders grand slam, making her way through in turn 2.
Four wall on the backside of the pack. Bonnie Thunders tests the outside line, but runs into Demand a Riot and Death by Chocolate.
Initial pass now for the West Coast as Jackie Daniels made her way out of the pack. Aeroswift.
That play was crazy, but not crazier than our sponsor, Crazy Skates, who's not only everywhere and in the middle of the track, but they have their own room. So America's newest roller skate manufacturer, Crazy Skates. Go buy some skates.
Crazy Skates also plastered all over the jam line. We haven't seen any pivot line action yet. That's owned by Sin City Skates.
Multiplayer block being called. That will send Atomatrix to the box. The notorious RED penalty box.
Pushing hard in turn one, Sandrine Rain-Jean. She's trying to get past that three wall, but getting out first.
Snot Rocket Science jumps the apex and is through for lead jammer. HP, I think what we're seeing now is both teams settling into their games. A little bit of that tit for tat at the beginning, but now East looks to open this up.
East Coast All-Stars with a pack advantage, and they're also on a power jam. A cutting of the track assigned to the opposing jammer.
Nice defensive work by Atomatrix, but she has to let her go or risk the call. And it's not rocket science is through.
West Coast with some tough defense here. Fifi Namanon 108 for the West Coast All-Stars, playing rough in front, but getting through for 5 is Snot Rocket Science.
Gotta say it though, that's trademark defense by Fifi Namanon. Not an easy defender to get past, and Snot Rocket Science is through.
You know, not only the skaters get to look good in their apparel, but there's also referee apparel, and you can get that at Derby Skins. They're dedicated to helping athletes look awesome while achieving their dreams. So go to Derby Skins right now. Visit them in the Capri 108.
Taking the star once again, Scald Eagle for the West Coast All-Stars, working on the outside edge.
Team West with a 4-wall on the backside of the pack, going up against I Am Pain, who's trying to push through. Lead jammer, though, is Scald Eagle.
Scald Eagle like an out-of-control locomotive as she made her way through in turn 2.
Team East sets up a 4-wall to block and forces the call-off.
You know, there are some pretty important names going on right now. And, you know, in Sin City Skates, someone who works there is probably lined up with them in the jam right now. But still, go to Sin City Skates and buy some gear, yo.
It's a really good idea since they help to put this event on every year. Let's check out some Sin City Skates.
Right now we have West with 22 and East with 63.
Looking to add that for Team East is Bonnie Thunders once again jamming as she's through. Lead jammer for Team East.
Huge hit delivered there. Erkin Jerkin making her way out of the pack now as well. Fifi Namanon one-on-one with Bonnie Thunders, taking her all the way back on the long recycle.
All right, don't miss the final WFTDA D1 playoffs in Charleston, West Virginia, October 3rd to 5th. Get tickets, plan your travel, and print your bracket at WFTDA.com/tournaments. For the love of flat track, be there.
Playoff rankings already provided by the WFTDA. Everyone knows where they're going. Right now, everyone is going to the All-Star game, which is an amazing bout we've got going on right now.
Sandrine Rain-Jean working hard against a wall of gold, and she is through. Lead jammer, Sandrine Rain-Jean.
Everyone falls down in turn 2. Wild Cherry wearing the star for the East Coast All-Stars. And bumped out by Mercy. Oh, dogpile in turn 4.
And speaking of 4, that's 4 more points on the board for Team West.
And Wild Cherry through. And it looks like we've got a cutting of the track assigned to Sandrine Rain-Jean. She goes to the box for 30 seconds, placing East Coast All-Stars on a power jam.
Made an attempt at that spin move, but was called for the track cut from the infield. Getting through is Stephanie Maney for Team East. We'll go the full 2 minutes on this jam.
Some great offensive work there for East Coast All-Stars as they opened up a spot to pick up 5 points. Shark Week paying 0 in turn 2, but getting through for 4 points. West Coast Sandrine Rain-Jean.
Four wall up front by Team East as the jam clock comes to a close. You know, games like this, HP, just defined by the fact that these skaters are familiar with one another, but it's an opportunity for Derby fans and everyone here at RollerCon to get to see these teams compete against each other in a very unique fashion.
A lot of them are Team USA teammates, which World Cup coming up a little bit later on this year. They'll be playing side by side in that as well.
You know, if you want to get tickets for these amazing skyboxes for the next bouts, the MRDA and the other WFTDA sanctioned bouts, you can go purchase them at the merch table. So if you don't have a chair right now, you know, don't miss out. Go to the merch table and buy some skybox tickets so you can see all the action from right up here.
Next jam will feature Scald Eagle for Team West.
Scald Eagle pushing hard at the front. She's got 2 to beat. And she finds a lane on the outside for lead jammer, West Coast All-Stars.
Amazing agility, HP, shown by Snot Rocket Science. Just as it looked like she'd be out on the top of the apex, she stayed on one skate and skated through. RollerCon, give it up for Team East and Team West. And give it up for Scald Eagle.
All right, I'm loving this energy right now. Team West is up to 65, and Team East is 82 points. We still have 11:34 to go on this first period.
Back to the line once again. Bonnie Thunder's out there for the East Coast All-Stars.
Team West putting their stamp on that last jam. Team East, led by Bonnie Thunders, lead jammer. Track cut is the call, HP.
Bonnie Thunder's all by herself. She's trying to make her way through that 4-wall, anchored by Mercy.
Bonnie Thunders through the pack for 5 points as Team East looks to reestablish their lead.
Bonnie Thunders with the hip shimmy makes her way through for 5 more points. East Coast All-Stars riled up, trying to get a little bit more differential.
Phenomenon taking the outside line, and she is through with her pass.
Arrow Swift.
Yes. You know what? That penalty box has been pretty clean. Although that makes sense because, I mean, come on, it's run by Notorious RAD. So they're available in the main room next to the Derby famous booth. Smell clean even if you play dirty.
Notorious RAD.
Irkin Jerkin jamming for Team West. I Am Payne with the star for Team East.
Both jammers grinding it out here as we go into turn 4. And it looks like I Am Payne will be out first for lead jammer, East Coast All-Stars.
Nice move to the right side, and I Am Payne is through. Death by Chocolate will report to the penalty box due to a track cut.
And I Am Payne through again for 4 points. And it looks like we've got number 99, Akers, part of a star pass, was the pivot, now the jammer, looking to make her way through the pack.
I Am Payne continuing her run.
And Akers made her way through for 4, so it's 4 East, 4 West on that last pass.
Irkin Jerkin and Sandrine Rayjean working against I Am Payne. High block is called. I Am Payne is through for 4 more points.
You know, that play just made me hungry. I can't get a PB&J sandwich, but I can go to Sandwich Skatewear. They are the designers of the famous PB&J shirt and other delicious apparel. And they have free stickers. So everybody loves free stickers. Go to Sandwich Skatewear.
Sounds delicious.
Right now we have West with 75 and East with 125.
Looking to cut into that differential is Adam Matrix wearing the star for Team West. And once again, jamming duty is not rocket science for Team East.
Adam Matrix takes that jersey whip to make her way through. And she is on her way to the box. So the East Coast All-Stars on the power jam once again.
Three wall of defenders in the middle of the pack, holding back Snot Rocket Science. And her teammates open up that inside seam, and she's through for 5 points.
Four on 4 in the pack. And inside-outside move there. Making her way through in turn 1 for the full 5 is Snot Rocket Science.
Right, we have 6 minutes to go on this first half. We have West with 75 and East with 139. Speaking of numbers, we also have 187 killer pads. Now with Derby-specific products, experience the trusted choice of athletes worldwide. 187 killer pads.
To steal a phrase, official and unofficial stats, I want to say that this is at least the 3rd time that we've seen Scald Eagle go out against Bonnie Thunders.
I love official and unofficial. Scald Eagle finds a lane on the inside for lead jammer, West Coast All-Stars.
Fore wall of East broken through by Scald Eagle. Gets through that wall with authority.
You know, the first WFTDA playoff tournament ever held outside of the U.S. will be in the Kitchener-Waterloo area of Ontario, Canada, August 22nd to the 24th. You have to visit WFTDA.com/tournaments for more details on Kitchener-Waterloo. Is that right?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Atomatrix jamming for Team West. Wild Cherry for Team East.
Both jammers getting ground down by those tough blockers. Getting out first is Atomatrix. She's your lead jammer.
Nice lateral move by Atomatrix. Takes that inside line and is through for 4 points.
Wild Cherry one-on-one with Demand a Riot. Now Jackie Daniels in that straightaway. It's a star showdown. Jammer on jammer.
Wild Cherry making Atomatrix think about it, but Atomatrix is through.
Little A taking a tumble there. Atomatrix trying to find some space at the front. 3 East Coast All-Stars putting the stops on.
Five-point pass for Atomatrix.
Wild Cherry nudged out of bounds. She'll reset behind Jackie Daniels. Atomatrix 1-on-4 in turn 3. And that's a grand slam for the West Coast All-Stars as they continue to try to jump back in the middle of this one.
3-wall by turn number 4. Forces out Atomatrix. She'll come back and try again.
Atomatrix going wide for 5 as the West Coast All-Stars continue to put points on the board. East Coast, a bit of a struggle at the moment.
We're also watching around turn 4, Demand a Riot causing all kinds of havoc at the star pass attempt by Team East. Can't say enough about these blockers. Demand a Riot creating all kinds of problems on that star pass attempt.
I don't know what happened, but it was hot, hot. I can see everything, like the heat rising and everything. Speaking of heat, though, everybody should get hydrated because the weather here in Vegas is hot. We don't want anybody with Vegas syndrome, so please keep very hydrated, drink lots of water, because please, we need you all to be safe. We have an official timeout at the moment. For now, the score is West with 102 and East with 145.
A full week of WFTD MRDA action. Great teams from both will be here. I want to remind everyone real quick that skating is only for the tracks. We cannot be skating on the carpet, in the eating area, or more importantly, in the pool. If you're going to skate anywhere, don't skate inside the pool. It's just weird.
We can't skate inside the pool.
Not anymore.
Oh.
HP, I don't think enough can be said about the history-making event that is this All-Star Game. And with days and days worth of challenges, it's awesome to get to see these full-length bouts. And what a way for this All-Star Game to kick off, for it to be right here at RollerCon on day 1.
It's pretty exciting. Not as exciting as Guy in a sombrero getting the crowd pipe it up, though. You go, sombrero guy.
Gotta love the energy, and it's only day one.
Actually, it is only day one, and a lot of people still have not bought the merchandise from RollerCon 2014. But you know, there is still vintage merchandise from past RollerCons with other amazing designs. Only like $5 now.
That's
amazing,
insane.
amazing.
$5?
Yeah, so you have to go to the RollerCon merch booth, buy every year's RollerCon shirts, all of them, just all of them, and in black and white. There's even green, okay? So stock up on your RollerCon shirts and pins and everything.
I might have to swing by there at halftime before they all run out.
Our score, 107 West, 145 East. I know there's a lot of fans from the West Coast in the house. Who's backing the West Coast All-Stars tonight?
I don't know, HP. I've got to ask, who's here for Team East?
Okay, we got this.
The East fans are awake now.
Back to the line, we have number 50. That's Scald Eagle for the West Coast All-Stars. She's out there against Bonnie Thunders for East Coast.
This has been one of the matchups to watch tonight for good reason, as these two competitors know each other well.
Scald Eagle gets out first for lead jammers.
Scald Eagle so fast through that apex jump before the Team East blockers could put their wall together.
And 4 points awarded on the last pass for Scald Eagle. She's back out there against that four wall, working left to right. She's nudged out, recycled.
And what a job done by Mercy, Erkin, Phenomenon, as they defended against Bonnie Thunders.
Scald Eagle coming this close to staying on her skates there.
You know, I know that Derby girls don't really, need to fight for their life in many cases. But because we're strong, Derby girls are pretty strong. But we do have Damsel in Defense this time, equipping women across the U.S. with stylish self-defense products. So if you hear a taser around, go to Damsel in Defense and join their mission today.
High block sends Phenomenon to the box as this jam approaches turn one.
Varla Vendetta making her way through for lead jammer West Coast All-Stars. 3-on-2 in the pack, back advantage for the West.
Quick burst of speed by Varla Vendetta. She'll have to recover the helmet cover.
And Wild Cherry helping her to go to the back of the line. 3-wall for West Coast at the front.
Both teams just stellar in their defensive play this first period, as we are now on the jam clock. Through for 4 points is Varla Vendetta for Team West.
And we've got a star pass here as we got out of turn one. Pivot becomes jammer, that's Smack Daddy.
Varla Vendetta gets through. A little bit of a jump across turn number 2, and she's through for those 4 points.
Jukebox assigned a low block. She'll go to the box for 30 seconds. Maybe they called it off. No, the box is full. No room in the notorious RED penalty box.
And we'll wait for the official signal.
All right, we have a 15-minute halftime. If you leave your chairs, don't leave your things lying around.
One team will be the first ever winning team for this meeting.
Unless it's a tie.
Something tells me we won't end it in a tie. It's just call it a hunch. Scald Eagle with a star for West Coast All-Stars. She's through first for Lee Jammer.
Bonnie Thunder's trying to sneak through the outside.
Scald Eagle pushed out of bounds after a little head fake. Bonnie Thunders is one to beat. She is through, and she picks up 4 points as she made her way through the pack.
Scald Eagle looking to make a statement in this first jam of period number 2 and is through for 4 points.
Bonnie Thunder's not the lead jammer. Pressure on Scald Eagle to try to get through here. And Mercy helping to put a stop on Bonnie Thunder's getting out. 4 more points awarded, or was it 5?
You know, there was an East blocker that actually started in the pivot line during this jam, which is, by the way, from Sin City Skates, who are sponsoring like 200 leagues. So if you want to get your league sponsored, talk to Sin City Skates.
As we're talking it out, we've got all the skaters lined up on the Crazy Skates jammer line.
And wearing the stars for their respective teams are Adam Matrix and Snot Rocket Science. Lead jammer, Adam Matrix for Team West. 2 jams, 2 lead jams for Team West, AP.
Once again, our stats not failing us. Adam Matrix making a move to the inside and then bouncing around Wild Cherry. She picks up a grand slam for the West Coast All-Stars.
Adam Matrix pushing through up against a 2-wall. Being held back by Jukebox.
I want to take this moment to thank all of the volunteers, because without them, RollerCon would not be happening. So if you see a volunteer, don't be a douche. Give them a huge high five and thank them for all their amazing and hard work. Right now we have West with 147 and East 175.
Varla Vendetta taking a shot at the opposing jammer at the start of this jam. She's up against the 3-wall of gold. 1 skater to beat, and she is through.
Both jammers now out of the pack. Varla Vendetta, lead jammer. I Am Payne out for the East Coast.
Go check out the Pivot Star booth. Take yourself there, because where will Derby take you? Go to Pivot Star and find out.
.149 West, 175 East, 26:22 on the clock.
Stephanie Maney battling through turn 1, trying to get past a wall of black. Unable to do so.
Erkin Jerkin out there for the West Coast All-Stars. She's trying to split that double team at the front. Makes a move to the outside. Gets a little help from her friends. Can she get past the last blocker? She does. Lee Jammer, West Coast All-Stars.
Impressive work by Jerkin.
One-on-one with Jukebox. She's through again. That's 2 grand slams, 10 points on the jam.
Scoring gap closes to 21.
Jerkin stepping just over the line. Recycle, gets to the front. And 5 more points. So 15-point jam for the West Coast All-Stars.
You know, if you have a Derby crush, they've got the perfect apparel and accessories to show it. So go to Derby Crush and Derby Laces.
Fifi Dominon for Team West, Bonnie Thunders for Team East. Full set of, actually 1 blocker in the box for Team East as we get this next jam going.
16-point game as West Coast trying to get back into the middle of this one, and this is a good way to get it started with Fifi Dominon getting out for Lee Jammer, West Coast All-Stars. Bonnie Thunders on her initial pass. Fifi Dominon calls off the jam after picking up another 4 points.
With 24 minutes to go, we have West with 163 catching up to East with 175. You know, Derby, it's all about you. It doesn't matter if you're tall, short, you know, any color or size or shape. So go to Fast Girl Skates, because they serve skaters of all shapes and sizes since 2007.
As we get this jam started, it's a 12-point game. Ladies and gentlemen, the first jammer out, Scald Eagle, Lee Jammer, West Coast All-Stars.
Important to note, 33 points was the differential when this half started. Team West has roared out and closed the gap. 4 more points on the board by Scald Eagle, courtesy of her blockers.
Snot Rocket Science jamming for the East Coast All-Stars. She's in the middle of the pack. Scald Eagle finding some room on the inside for 5 more points.
Chipping away is Scald Eagle and Team West. 3 points separate these 2 teams. This is why they call it an all-star game. We'll check to see where we are.
That was just heavenly. Speaking of heaven, if God played Derby, he'd skate on antics. Am I right? God would skate on antics.
Totes.
So go to Green Monster Roller Sports and get yourself some heavenly antics as well.
On the jam line for Team East is Bonnie Thunders. Team East down 1 blocker as we get started.
5-point game. Bonnie Thunders near the front of the pack. She gets past Amanda Riot for Lee Jammer, East Coast All-Stars. East Coast looking to change the trend of lead jamming and putting up points.
Star pass successful for Team West will send Akers to the jammer position.
And recycled by Shark Week. She resets. Trying that inside, not a lot of space. East Coast All-Stars really gumming that up.
Team West blockers doing the same against Bonnie Thunders, but that vintage spin move by Bonnie Thunders will send her through for 5 more points.
Akers getting her hips around. She resets and makes her way through for a 4-point pass for the West Coast All-Stars.
It might be ironic, but if you want to be cool, go to Skate Geek, because they have customized roller derby apparel with uncompromised quality and value. Right now we have West with 180 and East with 194 points with 20:53 to go.
Back on the line for Team East is Not Rocket Science.
Adamatrix wearing the star for the West Coast All-Stars. She's out there against a 2-wall at the back.
Both jammers running into some difficulty.
Adamatrix gets some help from Erkin Jerkin to free her up. She's your lead jammer for the West Coast All-Stars.
It's not rocket science, still trying to get through.
And it looks like we've got Adamatrix going to the box. That means that the East Coast All-Stars are on a power jam. 14 points between the two teams.
It's not rocket science, just completing her initial pass.
Her team's sweeping out to try to open up some space in the middle of that pack. Erkin Jerkin, last line of defense, not rocket science, through for 5. And we got a multiplayer block there.
Adamatrix patiently working against that 2-wall, sneaks to the right and is through for 4 more points.
All 4 of those West blockers near the front, really putting the pressure on the East Coast Snod Rocket Science in turn 3.
By the way, after you buy all the RollerCon shirts with all the years and every RollerCon shirt there is, go to Persephone's Treasures and you can get your name and number in over 50 colors, including glitter rainbow. Might not be easy for us to read, but it's gonna look beautiful.
Yay, rainbows.
Glitter rainbows.
Even better.
Official timeout being called.
The score right now being West 187 and East with 204. So during this official timeout, I would like to thank Rydell Skates, unmatched quality with unmatched performance.
$20 points during this timeout, 187 West Coast, 207 East Coast, 18-17 remaining in the half. Scald Eagle back in the line for the West Coast All-Stars.
Stephanie Maney anchoring a wall up front, but Scald Eagle gets through. Lead jammer for Team West.
Jukebox wearing the star for the East Coast All-Stars. She's on her initial pass. Scald Eagle through for 4 points. Jukebox with the apex jump, going out of turn 1, picking up 4 points of her own.
Scald Eagle, right to left movement, very smooth, gets to the pack again for 4 more points. Trying to keep pace with Team East.
Scald Eagle, a threat to the officials for a moment there.
That was caused by Raw Heidi. Great block sending Scald Eagle to the infield, but she's back on the track and back through the pack for 5.
Jukebox with 1 to beat. She is through. 4 points awarded. Scald Eagle by for 4 of her own.
Raw Heidi running into a wall. I'm sorry, make that Jukebox, but does manage to make her way through.
5 more points for Scald Eagle. Back into the pack, she calls off the jam.
I want to remind everybody to keep yourselves hydrated. Please don't fall into that Vegas syndrome. Keep yourselves hydrated. Wear lots of chapstick. Don't let your derby gear stink. So, you know, you should get some Notorious RED gear deodorant.
On the jam line is Bonnie Thunders for East. West sends out Varla Vendetta. 8-point differential, HP.
Exactly, both jammers pumping those skates hard as they get into turn 1, trying to find some space at the front is Varla Vendetta. She has 3 to beat. That East Coast wall looking dynamite.
Nice blocking by Mercy. But Bonnie Thunders is through for lead jammer, Team East.
And it looks like Bonnie Thunders back near the front of the pack. She has 1 to beat. Finds a lane past number 99 Acres, picks up 5 points for the East Coast All-Stars.
Meanwhile, successful star pass puts Fifi Namanon into the jammer position for the West All-Stars.
Bonnie Thunders, Apex Hop, NBD.
All right, now we have West with 211 and East with 228 points. We still have 14:51 to go in this second half.
Back to the line for your West Coast All-Stars. It is Adam Matrix wearing the star.
She's facing off once again against Snot Rocket Science. She turns on the Jets around turn number 3.
Erkin Jerkin with the stop, creating the lead jammer opportunity for Adam Matrix.
Forcing the track cut by Adam Matrix is Stephanie Maney for Team East All-Stars.
And out past the Sin City Skates pivot line goes Snot Rocket Science. She picks up 5 points on the pass. East Coast enjoying a power jam here with all 4 of their blockers in the pack.
Nice strategic block against Amanda Riot by Stephanie Maney. Forced her back, opened up a lane for Snot Rocket Science, and she got through yet again.
All 4 West Coast defenders at the front. Last line of defense, Erkin Jerkin. Amanda Riot pushing her into a corner. And just like that, we got 2 jammers on the track picking up points.
Adam Matrix continuing her run, 4 more points on the board for Team West. As Snot Rocket Science gets forced back.
West Coast All-Stars doing a great job of backwards bridging to draw that out.
You know, if you love Derby and you love reading, Rise of the Undead Redhead is the first book in the Dorothy's Derby Chronicle series. So head to Dorothy's Derby Chronicles and get yourself a book. Read about that sport that you love so much. We have West with 221 and East with 249. 12 minutes to go.
Taking another turn on the track, Scald Eagle, Bonnie Thunders, and their respective blockers.
Amanda jamming in you, last line of defense. with Jackie Daniels, but getting out is Bonnie Thunder. She's your lead jammer for the East Coast All-Stars. Both jammers out of the pack now, as Scald Eagle found some space as well for her initial pass. The notorious RED penalty box, suspiciously empty.
Suspiciously clean, full of that deodorant that keeps your derby stank away.
All right, Derby fans, once again, if you're here for Team East All-Stars, let's hear you.
All right, East Coast fans, that was a good effort, but right now, let's make some noise if you're here to watch the Team West.
I am Payne, lead jammer for East All-Stars. But Phi Phenomenon is on the run as well.
4-on-4 in the pack as they get into turn one. I Am Payne picks up her points and calls it off. Aeroswift.
You should go to Advocare if you really want to improve your stamina during RollerCon. You know, with all that skating that you're doing, right? Head over to Advocare right now and get some nutritional products. Well, not right now. I mean, you know, you can wait 10 minutes and 16 seconds after this full-length bout is done.
East All-Star sending out Snot Rocket Science.
And that's number 3, Atomatrix for the West Coast All-Stars. She's out against a fearsome 4-wall in turn 3. Taking it in.
Power jam opportunity for Team West.
And a little misdirection going on the track, possibly. Right now, it's all blockers. It's a blocker off. Blocker on blocker action.
Successful star pass by the West All-Stars will send Akers now into the jammer position.
And making her way on the inside, she picks up 5 points for the West Coast All-Stars. Huge collision in the straightaway.
Erkin, just a one-woman wall out there against Not Rocket Science.
Erkin Jerkin came to play.
Indeed. This inaugural All-Star game living up to its hype in so many ways.
Outstanding. So many great hits in this one. Both jammers doing a little endurance run. And making her way through for 4 is Akers, number 99 for the West Coast.
Jackie Daniels anchoring the defense for the West All-Stars. Track cut being called will send Akers to the box.
I get the feeling that Rob Lobster wants an official review. It's just a hunch. It's a hunch.
Your hunch is about to prove correct.
So they're having an official review right now, but in the meantime, we have West with 234 and East with 260.
One of the things we haven't seen too much of is a lineup on the Sin City Skates jammer line. That might still be coming, though.
You know, HP, I'm a sucker for history, and of course, we've said how awesome it is to be here for this first ever All-Star game. I think it's going to become a tradition. I think it's been proven that this is exactly what Derby fans want to see. So if you want to see another All-Star game next year, let's hear it.
The best part is the fact that you people were the ones that voted for who got into these rosters. And I think that's pretty nice. You get to choose who you want to see representing the East or the West.
Got to send a big thank you to each and every fan that voted. Because HP, you just can't duplicate this.
I saw the MVP awards. They're pretty incredible, and so are the uniforms. Uniforms looking smart.
All right, that official review seems to be done. We have 8 minutes and 1 second on the clock still to go.
Speaking of smart, that's the kind of play that both these teams want to play at this point in this second period. Bonnie Thunders with a power start at the beginning of this jam.
Skull Eagle mixing it up with the pivot cap, trying to put the stop on in the middle of the pack. Mercy now getting involved with putting a hit on Bonnie Thunders as she moves through turn 2.
Smart defensive movement by West All-Stars, but a penalty was called on a high block that would send Fifi Naman out of the box, and Bonnie Thunders is through.
Bonnie Thunders back into the pack. She's trying to get past Skull Eagle, who's working hard to stop her. Going flat, that's never a good sign. Five points on the last pass for Bonnie Thunders. We've got 2 jammers on the track again.
East All-Stars still playing tough defense as Akers tries to break through. Bonnie Thunders once again 5 more points on the board.
And a panty pass, so it looks like we've got Skull Eagle wearing the star. It's her first time tonight.
Lots of firsts for this game. Arrow Swift, who else are we going to say thank you to?
Well, actually, we have to say thank you to the raffles that they're doing. Everybody should start buying those raffle tickets because there are tons of amazing prizes. I mean, have you seen the RollerCon gear that they've been posting online at the Facebook page? I want that gear.
Did you buy all the tickets?
I have to buy more tickets. Everybody buy all those tickets, and you have to look at the whiteboard to see if you've won anything.
Jackie Daniels wearing the star for the West All-Stars.
Some crushing blocking going on right now for the West Coast All-Stars.
That line being anchored by Demanda Riot, Mercy, Amanda Jamadinho, and Varla Vendetta.
I Am Pain making her way out for lead jammer for East Side. And Varla Vendetta waiting to clear the pack and now puts the star on her helmet, moving from pivot to jammer.
Another successful star pass completed, as you said, HP, and she gets through that apex.
That was a pretty nice last-minute jump there. I'm pretty sure she has blocked toe stops, which are very good to stop all those amazing apex jumps. They're long-lasting, and they don't mark the track. So go to Crazy Skates and get the best toe stop on the market. We have 237 West and East with 277, 432 to go.
Snot Rocket Science explodes off the jam line for the East All-Stars. Sandrine Réjean trying to break through.
And Erkin Jerkin putting a beating on Snot Rocket Science. Erkin Jerkin putting a beating on a lot of people tonight.
Jukebox and Smack Daddy playing tough defense on the backside of the pack.
Right now, the points are West 237 and East 282 with 3 minutes and 48 seconds to go on the clock. I'd like to thank Cheese Balls Bearings. They have great quality skate bearings at a terrific price. And with names like Gouda and Swiss, who wouldn't want bearings like those?
Scald Eagle wearing the star once again for the West Coast All-Stars. And she is opposed by 3-4-0 Bonnie Thunders, who got lead jammer. Bonnie Thunders with an eye out there before she calls off that jam.
You know, after all this skating, you might want to take the hassle out of cleaning and lubricating your bearings. So go to Monkey Lube LLC, where their 3-in-1 product will save you money and time. Monkey Lube.
You know, HP, it takes a village to make these bouts happen. In addition to all the folks that we're thanking, also want to say thank you to officials, both non-skating and referees, all doing a fantastic job tonight and throughout all of RollerCon.
You can actually still sign in to be a volunteer. So go to the volunteer check-in if you're interested in helping in security or being an announcer or being a referee, non-skating official, helping in registration, anything. If you want to be behind the scenes at RollerCon, go to the volunteer check-in.
And if you do, you get the awesome metal t-shirt. The awesome logo for RollerCon 2014 is just amazing. So that's how you get a red shirt, volunteer, be part of this event, and help make history here at RollerCon 2014.
But mostly, it's the awesome butt metal shirt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So HP has a reset. We've got one blocker in the box for the West All-Stars. Full set of skaters on the track for the East All-Stars. 2 minutes, 33 seconds.
We got 2:37 for West and 2:86 for East.
Both teams bringing their defense. I am paying out first for the East Coast All-Stars. She is your lead jammer.
For the West, it's Sandrine Réjean.
Four points awarded as I Am Payne made her initial pass. Blocker advantage now favoring the East Coast All-Stars.
Jukebox with a great block against Réjean.
I Am Payne holding on to that edge in turn 2, picking up another 5 points for the East Coast.
You know, I know Derby hurts, so Erica Jordan is a licensed athletic trainer offering sports taping and multiple sports therapies. So if it hurts, go to New Dawn Sports and Wellness. We have 1 minute and 25 seconds to go. West with 2:41 and East with 2:98.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to remind everyone that both teams have worked so hard tonight. Let's make some noise for all the skaters on the track.
This is a team timeout for West. Each team gets 3 timeouts. West has already used 2 of them.
I think they might have lost one on an official review.
And as most of you know, a team timeout only lasts 1 minute, but an official timeout can last as long as they need.
West All-Stars looking to make a run at this point, sending Fifi Namanon out to the jam line. She'll face off against Bonnie Thunders for the East All-Stars.
Phenomenon thundering down turn one. Continuing to push. It looks like we got a multiplayer block assigned against someone on the East Coast All-Stars. But getting out first is Bonnie Thunders. She's your lead jammer.
More strong defense by the East Coast All-Stars holding back Phenomenon. It's not rocket science alongside her teammate Jukebox, making life difficult for Phenomenon.
And she has to be one. It looks like we got an out of play call. Phenomenon now out of the pack on her initial pass. Bonnie Thunders against Jackie Daniels. Looks like Death by Chocolate and Mercy at the front. She's recycled. Excellent defense there by the West Coast All-Stars in turn one.
Both teams showing huge flashes of brilliance throughout this entire game. As the seconds start to tick down, RollerCon, let's let these two teams hear you.
Well, we have the unofficial final score. West with 244 and East with 303 points. Everybody.